Alright guys, hello and welcome. What's up? Am I audible? Hello people. If you can hear me, if you can see me, just let me know on the chat and let's begin today's session. Right? Am I audible, visible? Perfect. Today we're going to talk about another important area of quadratic equation. We'll just discuss three major things, right? And I'm very sure that you must be knowing all those areas: alpha plus beta, and alpha minus beta. But today you'll witness something very new. All right. We'll just see that how a small concept can be used to create brutal aptitude level questions. Are you guys ready? The questions which look like in the first glance that how can we even solve them? What is question even asking? And then just the one little hint will eventually take down the entire question. So are you ready to see them? Right? Okay. So very little theory, 5 to 6 questions with a CAT PYQ. Okay. So let's just go ahead, type in go or focus. I'll get to know and let's begin. Right. So we'll be talking about the game of roots today. Okay. Now guys, the idea is very simple. If I give you a quadratic equation, I'm very sure that you guys must be knowing what is alpha plus beta, right? So everybody knows what is alpha plus beta. And what is alpha beta? Do you guys know this? What is alpha plus beta, alpha beta? What is the value? Do you know it? And if yes, just tell me what gonna be the alpha plus beta over here and what is going to be the value of alpha beta over here. Come on. So what is alpha plus beta? Minus b by a. Right, alpha beta c by a. Everybody of us has learned that in the school days, right? 9th, 10th class, little two formulas. But you'll see the questions will come on these formulas only and will not able to identify them. Okay. So if I ask you in this question, it's a minus 4 by 3 and alpha beta is 7 by 3, right? One more you can remember, that is alpha minus beta, right? Where alpha is greater than beta. So positive difference. So what is alpha minus beta? Do you guys know this? Alpha minus beta as well. Do you guys know this? Alpha minus beta, what's that? Alpha plus beta, yes. Minus b by alpha beta, yes. C by a. And I hope everybody has taken the last lecture, so you guys know A is the coefficient of x square, B is the coefficient of x, and C is the constant term, right? A root d by a, right? Root d by a, where of course d is the discriminant, which is b square minus 4ac, right? We did all this in the last lecture. So what's going to be the value of alpha minus beta here? So d, that's b square minus 4ac, calculate, divide by a, and let's then jump on to the questions. What comes out to be d for that particular equation? So b square, that's 4 square, which is 16, minus 4ac, that is 4 3 ja 12, 7 ja 84, comes out to be negative. So right now the roots are undefined anyways. 16 minus 84. So right now it is undefined. Right. Roots must be undefined, but you know the story now, right? Comfortable? So if I change this question, let us say we change this question to this part, right? Let's just make it minus 7. Okay. Let's just make it minus 7. Now solve it. Accordingly, I'll make the changes over here. Now what will be d? This will be 16 plus 84, right? 4 3 are 12, 7 84, and then we get 100. Perfect. Alpha minus beta, it will come out to be root d by a. Root d is 10, divided by a, that is 3. Comfortable, guys? Now we know these three formulas, right? We know these three formulas. Easy, right? We have done it in 10th class. We have seen these kind of questions many. How this is asked in CAT? Are you ready to see it? How we can blend in the aptitude to make just these three little things, minus b by a, c by a, and root d by a, interesting. Ready? Ready to see it? All right. Question number 1, try it out. I promise you that you would not require any other thing rather than these three areas in the coming 5 to 6 questions which we are going to do, right? And you will see that how interesting the questions will become. Okay, try this. The question says this is a quadratic equation. Sum of the roots for this quadratic equation is 6. We need to find the product of the roots 1, positive difference of the roots. Try. Level 1. Okay, level 1. Although I would say level 2. Level 1 you've already done in the last question, right? Last page. I'm going to do this one. What is the play here? Before jumping straight to the questions, you need to think first what we are going to do, right? In algebra, if we are directly jumping to the answers, solutions, without even considering in which way I have to go, there is a possibility that I make a mess of a question, right? I go in random direction and make it further complicated. That is one thing which you don't do in algebra. So what do you see here? What do you observe here? Oh, we observe that sum of the roots is given. That means alpha plus beta is given. That means minus b by a is given. I guess using that we'll be able to find out p. Can we find out p here? But there is a catch here, right? This 8x is lying over here. So your b is not minus 2p. First mistake we do when we are running with the time. So the idea is, first let's make the equation a quadratic equation with right hand side 0. And this simply will become px square plus 2p minus 8x plus 7 equals to 0, right? So your b is not minus 2b, your b is this, correct or not? Got it? The first step. Generally people miss this, ends up in the wrong answer then. So what is alpha plus beta? That is 6. Now we know that alpha plus beta is 6, which is minus b by a, that means minus of 2p minus 8 upon p, correct? And alpha plus beta is given to us as 6. Solve this and get p, guys. Minus 2p plus 8 upon p. So what comes out to be p? Tell me. Solve it. Do it manually. Try to do it manually. Right? Try to do it manually. And honestly tell me how many of you did miss this 8x. That means one lesson learned in the first page. We have to be careful here. Right? What do you get here? Comes 6p. 2p joins it. 8p. 8p is 8. P comes out to be 1. Fantastic. So now we know our equation. P is 1. Our equation becomes x square because p is 1. 2 minus 8, that is minus 6x plus 7 equals to 0. Now you can find out whatever you want. So only this extra step, the game is resolved. Yes or no, guys? Here he used alpha plus beta and alpha minus beta. Yes or no? Find out product of the roots, that's c by a, which is 7 by 1. Positive difference of the roots, that is root d by a. What comes out to be d, guys? What is the value of d? D is b square, that's 36. 36 minus 28, that is 8, right? So this comes out to be root 8 by 1 or eventually 2 root 2. Comfortable, guys? Again, as promised, we used alpha plus beta and alpha minus beta, correct? You want to try one more interesting question? Now I'll just shoot up the level, right? This was just to make you comfortable with the formulas. Fine. Okay. Perfect, guys. Have a look at this question. Looks crazy. In the first look, it looks like it is worth leaving, isn't it? Correct or not? When we see this question, it feels like, oh my God, what did he give? Isn't it? These are those kind of questions within the paper. When they come in front of us, it feels like, okay, let's get rid of it. Let's move ahead, right? But it's very simple. Just one step correct and you will see the beauty of the question. Just one step correct. Think. Now I'm not gonna destroy this question for you. Think with me. How to handle this? This looks crazy, but I'll tell you, this will have a solution of just 4 lines. So you need to think just 4 lines. And I'll tell you that if you just think the first 2 lines, the next two will come automatically. Just think on the first 2 lines. Just think. Any idea? Atharv, Palak, Prachi. Where can we go? Of course, one idea comes is that from alpha plus beta and alpha beta, I try to find out alpha 5 plus beta 5. And then alpha 4 plus beta 4, then alpha 3 plus beta 3. Of course, that is not something the question must be looking at. Yes or no? Because then it will be a very lengthy question. If I go by the identities, I open it up, then I'll make it more messy, isn't it? Palak. This will also be very huge. This will be very huge. Alpha to the power 5 plus beta to the power 5. I don't like I even don't know the identity. I'll have to apply the binomial theorem. Yes or no? Then think guys. Observe. What was the ratio of x square and x coefficient? 1 and minus 2. Alpha 5 and minus 2 alpha 4. 1 and minus 2. Do you see that? Yes. Listen to Pranav. If I club this guys alpha 5 and minus 2 alpha 4 and take alpha 4 common, I'll reach down to alpha minus 2. Right? Correct. But I don't like this also. Why? Because if I look at this equation, the alpha and beta are the roots. That means they satisfy this equation, right? So that means alpha square minus 2 alpha minus 7 is equals to 0. Beta square minus 2 beta minus 7 equals to 0. Crazy. So if I can create alpha square minus 2 alpha, I can simplify a lot. Think. Because I know that alpha square minus 2 alpha is 7. Yes or no? So is there a possibility that I use these two and create alpha square minus 2 alpha? Think. Is there a possibility? Absolutely yes. If I take alpha cube common, I'll have alpha square minus 2 alpha, isn't it guys? Think and observe. Think and observe. Take your time. Think and observe. These two guys. If I take alpha cube common, I'll have alpha square from here, minus 2 and 1 alpha left. This is very beautiful expression for me. What is the value of alpha square minus 2 alpha? 7. What about this one guys? If I play here with beta ki power 5 and minus 2 beta 4, again I'll take minus beta cube common. I'll have or maybe plus, then I'll have beta square minus 2 beta, and at the bottom I have alpha cube plus. Now you don't need me to solve. Now what will be the answer guys? Now you don't need me to solve this question, isn't it guys? Beta square minus 2 beta is 7, alpha square minus 2 alpha is also 7. Answer comes out to be 7, isn't it? Interesting. What did I do? Nothing. No alpha plus beta, no alpha beta. Yes or no? Interesting. Palak, Pranav, did you get it? Crazy, right? We never thought that this question would be done in just 2 lines. See? Now this is 7 and this is 7, right? Alpha cube, 7 alpha cube, because this guy is 7. How? Check here. Similarly, this guy is also 7. Check here. I can easily create beta square minus 2 beta. 7 alpha cube plus 7 beta cube upon alpha cube plus beta cube, eventually 7. No properties, no identities. I told you 4 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. What did you realize? Algebra in CAT or aptitude is not about expansions or identities or simply just rushing and applying all the formulas. It is about visualization, aptitude, and trying to concise or simplify. You want to try more? Do you want to try more? Correct? Same coder guy. Even 2020 alpha to the power 2026 will also be done by this method only. If I give alpha to the power 2026, then I'll give alpha to the power 2024 somewhere. Right? Try this one, guys. Another beautiful question. Try it out. You're comparing apple to oranges, coder guy. A is something else. It is an exam where time does not play a major role. It is an exam where the questions are very, very tough, but you have enough time to crack those questions. But the questions are really very tough. Whereas CAT, the questions might be a little easier, but you just have 40 minutes. One wrong choice of question selection, and you cannot reach those percentiles. I have cracked both. IDJ Advanced also. I am from IIT Roorkee, graduate from there. CAT also I have a 99.95. Telling you, it's very different. Both are equally tough in their own domain. I'll try this one. Now again, where do we go? Where do we go? One idea is that okay, I can take the LCM and I say alpha plus beta, then apply minus p by a, right? That would work. Good choice. Yes or no? This one is yes, fine. What I see before going ahead is that things look good. If I go ahead and the LCM will be very easily C, A will come common, I'll get alpha plus beta, which can be replaced by minus b by A. Then I'll have 2b. At the bottom, I'll have C. So alpha and beta will vanish. That is my own goal. I want to vanish alpha and beta. There is no alpha beta in the options. Think from the perspective of the question first before randomly going ahead. So I like the idea this time. I said, okay, fine, let's take the LCMC. I'll have A alpha plus A beta. I'll take A common and eventually I have alpha plus beta. And then I have plus B, which is plus 2B. What is the value of alpha plus beta? Minus B by A. So A into minus B by A. A will get cancelled. I'll have minus B ultimately, right? Plus 2B upon C eventually. B by C. Simple, guys. Easy. Just 2 to 3 lines. 2 to 3 lines. They look complicated, but they are simple. Okay. They look complicated, but they are simple. You want to try one more? One more. Perfect. Let's go, guys. Try this one. Now, this is an interesting one. Try. A pure aptitude question, the one which CAT likes to test. This has an area which CAT has tested in 2017 in a ratio question. Similar kind of trap you will see in the end of this question. That was based on ratio, but the concept at the end was fairly similar. Try. All right, how come? What's the plan, Atharv? How come C? Right, we have our option B. All right, how come B? Yashika, just help us out. How did you attempt this question? In which direction did you go? Elimination equation. Okay. Okay, try from the beginning. We need to find out B square plus C. So I need to know B. I need to know C, right? And of course, B and C depends upon alpha plus beta and alpha beta. So of course, my mind started thinking in that particular direction that okay, I need to go ahead and calculate alpha plus beta. So two roots are 4a and 3a. So let us say alpha is 4a and beta is 3a. So we know alpha plus beta is minus b. 4a plus 3a, that is 7a. 7a is equals to minus b. That is one thing. Then I know alpha beta is c. Alright. And alpha beta for me is 4 into 3, that is 12. 12a square is equals to c. So I know the value of minus b. I know the value of c. But I need b square plus c. So I'll eventually have to square it up. So if I square it up, I end up at 49a square. Right. So if b is minus 7a, b square is 49a square. And c eventually is 12a square. So in total you have 49, 12, 59, that is 61a square, correct? Fine, 61a square. Now guys, if I know that this particular term b square plus c is 61a square, I am here to find out which of the following could be a possible value of 61a square. I also know where a is an integer. So one thing is sure, that these guys should be multiple of 61, and then 61 into something which is a square, yes or no? So one thing is for sure, they must have a 61. This guy even does not have a 61, yes or no? So this does not stand a chance. This can be written as 61 into 7. This can be written as 61 into 9. And this can be written as 61 into 61. This is a square of 61. So which of the following can be represented as 61a square? 61 I have. Can this guy be represented as a square? Or this guy can be represented as a square? Or this guy can be represented as a square? Which of the following can be a square? Sorry, I don't have the power beta admin from the PW team, so I don't know even if it is. Of course, B, right? Because 61 into 61 cannot be 61 into a square. 61 is not a square of any number. 9 is a square of a number, that is 3. So only this is the possibility, right? So this is gone and this is also gone. Answer B, right? Because this is a possibility that a becomes 3 and eventually you have 61 into 9. This can never end up as 61 into 61, correct or not, guys? So these kind of last minute twist you will find in CAT questions, correct? Understood. So be ready for these kind of traps at the end of the question. So you'll solve the question, apply all the concepts alpha plus beta, and at the last point of the question there will be a slight catch which you will have to identify. Okay, fine guys, let's try more. Perfect. Let's try this one. This is a CAT 2023 slot 1 question. So let's see if you can make it. A real CAT question appeared in the most brutal CAT which we have seen in the last 5-7 years. 2023 has been famous for notorious quant section. This one was doable. Let us see if you can make it. Try. Give your best shot. So if you can make it, you'll get the confidence. It was a theta question. Six. Okay. Shyam, can you tell us the value of K and P as well? Can you tell us the value of K and P as well? 6, all right. Not so hard, Yashika. A little calculative than the other. The other were, 3 to 4 line solution. This will have a little calculation to be done. Okay, so Shyam, what is K and what is P? What is K and what is P? So we have two distinct roots of the equation this, such that a plus b and ab are the distinct roots of the equation this. Let's draw the story first of all, right? Let's analyze the story. What do we have? We have 2x square minus 6x plus k equals to 0. And this equation has a root a and b. And then there is another equation which is x square plus px plus p. And this equation has the roots a plus b and ab. Correct, guys? This is the story at the end of the day, right? This is the story at the end of the day, and I know just two things will be used. As soon as I see a plus b and ab written over here, it strikes my mind that I have to apply the sum of roots and product of roots over here. Everybody, yes. As soon as you see the roots of this particular equation as a plus b ab, definitely there is one way that we have to get a plus b from here, we have to get ab from here. Yes or no? That should come as a straight instinct in your mind. If it is coming in your mind, that means you're going in the right direction in algebra. Yes? You can search beta Kodaga. It's Rahul Bathla PW. Right? Yeah, something like Rahul Bathla Cat. I guess that's the group name. Right? Okay. I'll tell you the exact name. Fine. So what we have here? We have a plus b minus b by a, that's 6 by 2, which is 3, and then product of the roots ab, which is k by 2. Comfortable? So I know this a plus b is 3, ab is k by 2. So for me now, I have the roots of this equation. This equation has the roots 3 and k by 2. Now we'll consider these two rather than a plus b and ab. I don't like them. Now, sum of roots here. I won't sum these. I want sum this. So 3 plus k by 2 is equals to minus b by a, that's minus b, and product of the roots, that is 3k by 2, that's the product of the roots, is equal to p. So I guess we can easily eliminate. Simply replace p as 3k by 2 over here and get k. So tell me what is the value of k. Easy to substitute right over here. Minus, instead of p, let's write down 3k by 2. 3k by 2 comes over here, gets added. 3k by 2, k by 2, 4k by 2, that means 2k. 3 goes over there, becomes negative. K comes out to be minus 3 by 2, right? Do we have the value of k? Everybody, do we have the value of k? Guys, do we have the value of k? Minus 3 by 2, check. Check, check, check. Are we getting the value of k as minus 3 by 2? If I have not made a mess somewhere, 3 plus k by 2 minus p. 3k by 2 is p, absolutely fine. Minus of 3k by 2 comes over here, 2k minus 3. Perfect, looks fine, right? Perfect, k comes out to minus 3 by 2. Now comes p. What will be the value of p, guys? 3 by 2 multiplied by k, which is eventually minus 3 by 2, and we get minus 9 by 4. Check. So minus 3 by 2 and minus 9 by 4. Put it here and get the answer. So as I already told you, this will be a little calculative one, right? This is not difficult. So was there anything which we do not know or that was difficult to think? I guess so not. There was nothing which was required over here to, think out of the box. It was simple, straightforward. You gave us a plus b, ab. That means you wanted me to go ahead and find a plus b and ab here. As soon as I get to this 3 and k by 2, that means I know the solutions here. Once I know the solutions, the only thing that comes to my mind is alpha plus beta and alpha beta. Now I see that I have two equations, two unknowns. I can easily find it out, right? So it was calculative but not difficult, correct? So now 8k minus p, 8. What is k? K is minus 3 by 2 and minus p is minus minus, that means plus, plus 9 by 4, and that comes out to be 8. This is minus 6 by 4 plus 9 by 4 is 3 by 4, I guess. Eventually 6. Yes, you guys were right. 2 or 3 of you got to 6, and that's absolutely right. Good, comfortable. You want to try one more? One more crazy looking question? Huh? That just, when seen in paper, actually off guards people. Correct? Do you want to see one? Where when it comes down in paper, we see it and it feels like, okay, this paper is tough, let it go. Right? Do you want to see one? Have a look at this one, guys. So this is 2023 slot one, fairly easy again. As I already told you, this was one of the most difficult cat. There also we got this question, doable. Try this one. So actually in the first look, doesn't even look like it is a quadratic equation question. It looks like what's happening over here, right? The question seems to be fine till here. Suddenly it takes up from here, and here it go total crazy. But I have made you do question number 2, so I guess you can do this one. So I want you to try this. Oh, they are very similar. I'll tell you, JEE Mains and CAT, they buy questions from each other, right? In 2015 or 16 JEE Mains, there was a question of exponent to the power exponent equals to 1. Then CAT picked it up, and it was seen in CAT in 2018, 2019, somewhere down the here. Even in 2022, this was again seen in CAT. 3 or 4 times this concept has come. And this concept came in 2015, 2016 JEE Mains. So I remember teaching this particular question of exponents in mains when I used to teach JEE Mains and advanced. Then I taught this particular question in CAT also when this question start coming over here, right? So even this kind of question can someday definitely come, because this is something which tests you on aptitude rather than calculation, and CAT loves it, right? CAT loves it. If a question looks crazy, seems complicated, if you go in the wrong direction, it becomes very calculative. But if you go in the right direction, then it solves in 3 to 4 lines. That is what CAT loves. So what's happening here? All right, Sham, so can you help us? How did you do it? Asham, can you help us? How did you do it? 3 plus root 11, 3 minus root 11. Oh, that's not a right idea. If I go ahead and start solving it, finding alpha beta won't give us. Take your time, take your time. Good question. We won't waste it. Take your time. See if you can make it. How many you were able to make it out of the 10? Out of the 6 questions which we have done so far? Limited 5 questions so far. What did you do? Take your time. Doesn't matter, Pranav. Take your time. I'm standing here. Take your time. It's okay. It's a tough one. I don't want to waste it directly giving you the solution. Take your time. In fact, it would be great if you can discuss with me where you are thinking, in which direction you are thinking. First thing is, are you able to understand what this expression is? Are you able to understand the meaning of the question? The question says a to the power n is p to the power n minus q to the power n, where p and q are roots of this particular equation. Yes. Perfect. Nice coder guy. Now, what I definitely know is a to the power 10. What is a to the power 10? So first, the idea is that am I able to write down a to the power 10 or a to the power 8 or a to the power 9? So a to the power 10 is what? P to the power 10 minus q to the power one thing. Because a to the power n or an refers to p to the power the same number, right? So a10 represents p to the power same number. 8 represents p to the power 8 minus q to the power 8, and this represents p to the power 9 minus q to the power 9. Of course, I'm not going to go and apply the properties, although it might come to some people that okay, I can go from p square minus q square to p power 4 minus q to the power 4, then p8 minus q8. No, ridiculous way, right? There has to be something which I'm not seeing. That means perfect. So this is something which we need to find out, that is p to the power 10 minus q to the power 10, a10, minus twice of p to the power 8 minus q to the power 8 upon a9, that's p9 minus q. How to solve this? Definitely there has to be something. Yes, absolutely. You have to use the equation again, guys, like you used in question number 2. Yes or no? P and Q are the roots of this particular equation. That means they will definitely satisfy this. So P square minus 6P minus 2 equals to 0. Yes or no? And Q square minus 6Q minus 2 equal to 0. And now if I start playing with the terms of P together, I have P to the power 10 minus 2P to the power 8 minus Q to the power 10 plus 2Q to the power 8. Let's forget about the denominator. Can you do something from here? Can you do something from here? If I take P to the power 8 common, what happens? I'll end up at P square minus 2. Can I find the value of P square minus 2 from there? Think. Similarly, over here, if I take minus Q to the power 8 common, I'll have Q square minus 2. Think, guys, now. And after that, you will solve automatically. So just the first two steps. Next, you will do on your own. If you can think of what is P square minus 2. Can you get P square minus 2 from here? Think. Can you get this guy from there? I guess yes. P square minus 2 is, this will go there, you will get a 6p. Q square minus 2 is 6q. Replace, you will get the answer. Replace, you will get the answer. So this is 6p, this is 6q, replace, you get the answer in the fourth line, yes or no? So p to the power 8 multiply by 6p minus q to the power 8 multiply by 6q upon p to the power 9 minus q to the power 9. Check. Are you getting 6p9 minus 6q9 upon p9 minus q9? Are you getting the answer 6? Take your time and observe. Yes or no? Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines. Yes or no? Just the game of observation. Earlier, I combined the ax square minus bx term to make it. This time I combined these two to make it. Yes or no? You see how the games are played? So what was the idea? The idea is to make you realize the power of aptitude, right? Correct. Got it. So very similar question, right? We did it over here. We did this question number 2. Isn't it quite similar? Isn't it something like a5 minus 2b 2a4 upon a3? Isn't it? Correct. So these were fairly easy. This is also, I guess, one of a question similar to cat. This is a cat PYQ, and this is something which I create, which I think would be the next game in quadratic equation, because we have covered everything, right? Okay, guys, I'll keep bringing more sessions like these. Okay, I'll keep bringing more sessions like these, and I definitely will keep learning. Okay, now you tell me what kind of questions you're looking for. Cat PYQs, something like this which develops your aptitude, right? Or maybe just the concepts. You tell me, I'll create the next series on that, because this was the last lecture and now cat fundamentals, this series would be ending, right? We have covered linear equation, quadratic equation, and discriminant method, and then these questions. If you'll just keep spamming like that, I shall not be able to see any other chat. All right, guys. So that would be it then. Okay. We'll continue series further. All right, and we'll bring something more new. Let me know in the comments, and then accordingly, I'll bring more such questions. Okay. You shall have to check, but I don't know what is this, what the schedule is right now for the English batch, right? Really don't know. Okay. And my Telegram ID, I'll tell you. Okay. Telegram ID is Rahul Bathla Sir Cat. That is one which is created. Rahul Bathla Sir Cat. Okay. Take care, guys. See you in the next class.